Thank you for joining our webinar on the VIGIL Solutions. Please use the question and answer box on your screen and we'll answer any questions at the end of this webinar. In today's webinar, we'll provide a recap on the 3X Logic solutions. We'll talk about why dealers and integrators should invest in 3X Logic. We'll also take a brief look at the other innovative solutions coming your way by 3X Logic in the future. We'll take a look at the sales and marketing tools and the support available, and that includes free training. And then we'll focus on certified dealer program, looking at the next steps, a summary session, and then question and answer session. With me today as speakers, we have Bill Hobbs, our VP Global Sales, Steve Riley, our VP European Sales, Erin Spalsbury, our Global Sales Support Manager, Alex Buckle, our UK and European Sales Support Manager, and myself, Chip Mystery, Senior Product Marketing Manager. So you're here because we've launched 3X Logic VIGIL Product Solutions in the UK, Europe, and EMEA regions. And this is through our dedicated sales team and also within our sister companies, Pack and Paycom. This is the last webinar of the 4-part series, and we hope you've learned about 3X Logic and our product solutions and how they benefit you and the end user. So just to quickly provide a recap on 3X Logic, we're a software development company that manufactures security products and solutions. For over 15 years now, 3X Logic has been integrating security systems with cloud management systems. We are the experts in capturing high quality video, moving it and integrating it. And our legacy is to bring you anytime, anywhere, on any device. The slide on the screen here shows our ecosystem. And the biggest value to 3X Logic customers is that we're a one-stop shop. We offer the full package. This includes access control, video, and business intelligence. And we can provide additional value to current installations. This can lead to opportunities for sales growth. For example, an access control customer can be a video customer and vice versa. Or we can help you retain business and long-term relationships for you and your customers. And because we're a single source, it's not just for security needs, but also for optimizing their entire business. For example, with our mobile app, a dry cleaner owner may need to be at the back of the store. When someone comes into the store, they get a push notification so they can greet them. So it's more than just security. And we can scale. We can start small and grow as the business needs change. And I'll hand you over to Alex, who's going to talk about our solutions and the opportunities for sales growth.
Thanks, Chip. And hi, everybody. Welcome back to our final webinar in this series. And when I say this series, I really do mean that there will be more to come. So please do take that away from today. We'll be looking to do spin-off sessions where we start to take a deeper dive into the software. It doesn't end here with this webinar. It's much more than that. And myself and Erin will be looking to set up one-to-one sessions with you guys or group sessions to take you through the software in a little bit more granular detail so that you can truly see how we add value to the customer. Why it matters to me, essentially, for you guys to sell 3X Logic is that ability to be able to differentiate yourselves from the competitors. And it's all well and good saying that, but because 3X Logic take that value way beyond just basic CCTV review CCTV system, we take it into the next steps with advanced analytics, business intelligence platforms. It really does allow you to be different in this marketplace. And because you're aligning 3X Logic solutions, because it's so well placed to do so, to your customers' goals, it allows you to get a greater share of your customers' business. So really, it really is an exciting product to work with. And from there, hopefully we've been able to show that to you throughout the webinar series. If we look at some of our other products like the VIGIL Central Management, VCM we call it, and we touched upon this in the previous webinar, so go ahead, look back at those, or pick up the phone and speak to us, get a demonstration on it. It really does give you the potential to unlock reoccurring monthly revenue with your customers. So it's really, really valuable to you and your customer. And like I say, we'll touch upon VCM, VIGIL Central Management, in another demonstration. But it's really valuable to you as a VAR to be different in this marketplace, and we do feel that we do that quite well. Alongside that, because of the value that we bring in terms of the analytics that are relevant for many customers, it allows you to have an extensive return on investment, to give your customers an extensive return on investment, and from there, that means that in the eyes of your customer, your value and perception of you as a VAR and the services that you bring to them is really high. So it's really, really valuable for you to be looking at 3X Logic and adopting that brand within your solutions portfolio. If we jump to the next slide, Jit, we can also look at a quick recap on who the market is. And we said this in the previous seminar, so I'm not going to spend much time talking on these, but really 3X Logic can be in any market, provided we align what we can do with our products. And that's where me and Erin are here to help you, to the markets and to the customer problems. Take, for instance, in a retail environment, a customer may want to be able to interrogate point of sale information with video to see what's actually going on within the scene, and we do that really well. So it's a really strong market that we play in, and it allows us to drive significant shrink reduction into that retail market. So if you operate in those areas, speak to us. Really good conversation to be had around that retail market. If we look at the fitness market as well, for instance, the ability to be able to do elements of asset management with heat mapping, to be able to tell a fitness establishment what their popular equipment is to use, is really, really valuable to them, because when they come round to making purchases on fitness equipment, they really want to be able to ensure that they put the right equipment within that facility to ultimately retain memberships and sell new memberships, because that's what drives the pound notes for those guys. And with that, it's really, really important that we make sure that we're listening to them customers and advising them. So please, I urge you to engage with myself and Erin, and we can help you with this and help you win some business with 3X Logic in turn. Erin, would there be anything else that you would add to this market as I hand over to yourself? Or do you want to jump straight into what you're going to talk about?
No, I think that's, you definitely have some valid points. And guys, obviously, we're not here to dictate exactly what markets we fit into and what markets we don't. As we all know, and as we've all learned over many, many years, that's really kind of the brilliance behind such a complete and vast ecosystem that we have here at 3X Logic. In fact, looking at some of our cameras here, guys, and you've seen this slide before, going to, Jay, go ahead and roll us over. Yeah, thank you, buddy. Just a couple of quick pointers on this. We're talking pan tilt zoom cameras, 360-degree cameras, 4K 180s, proper bullet cameras, proper domes, varifocal, motorized zoom lens, wide dynamic range cameras. I mean, we've got this massive, vast array of cameras. And again, you've heard me say this before on some of the previous webinars, and just to reiterate that, guys, at the end of the day, we need to have that arrow in our quiver that when that topic comes up, when that challenge happens, when that problem arises from our customer, we can pull that arrow out and hit a bullseye on it. And that's the name of the game, right? At the end of the day, if we have a product that fits their needs and can solve a problem for them, we all win. And that's really what we want to go at. And we covered this, extensively on some of the previous webinars, and we're just going to real quickly just kind of recap that side of it. And in fact, even talking about our NVRs, our DVR solutions, we talked about our hybrid machines. We talked about our a la carte, assemble them, with whatever feature set and whatever licenses that you need. We talked about the low cost of ownership, the no recurring fees that we have on these, the add-on components, right? Our point of sale license that couples back with our cameras that we have, not only with video analytics for business intelligence, but also for just simply additional data points that we can give anybody that has inside of a CCTV system. Things like loitering alarms, things like how long people are waiting in line, et cetera. All of these are just absolutely brilliant when it comes to solving problems for our customers. And in fact, we do that, of course, not only with our hardware, but also with our software. We touched on our VIGIL Client component. Our VIGIL Client, not only with all of the capabilities like Smart Search, those metrics that we were able to pull up with our people counters, with our time and queues, our heat mapping, all of the things that are just literally built into our software that just adds additional value above and beyond what Alex was talking about, well beyond just a simple, let's go back and look at video. We go way beyond that. And I hope that's something that you guys are taking away, from these webinars, guys. And like Alex mentioned before, we really want to kind of go and do a deeper dive. We've been kind of vague on these, really kind of broad and showing you the entire ecosystem without getting into the nitty gritty. And that's really what we encourage you guys to do. Let's sit down, let's do a one-on-one, let's do a proper Q&A session. We'll walk through all of these features with you. In fact, even kind of mentioning this just a wee bit, talking about our mobile apps, this is something that we've really kind of prided ourselves on because today's world is extremely mobile. And we actually have even additional apps even beyond this. When you start getting into our access control piece, our camera setup piece, we have all of these components in place. We've really kind of focused on our VIGIL product line. We've focused on our VIGIL cameras. In fact, I'm even going to show you something that's a little bit more exciting here in a moment. But, Alex, this is something that we talk about all the time. We talk about people being mobile, whether it be a loss prevention officer or a business owner or you name it. Nowadays, folks are really just always on the go. I can't tell you how many times I've heard a loss prevention guy say, hey, I don't have my laptop. I have to do this from my phone. And they're doing this from their phone at a coffee shop or perhaps just simply sitting in their car in front of their business. And in fact, Alex, you mind just running through this real quick and go through just give them a brief taste of the app, if you would, sir.
Yeah, sure. And it's so important to be able to access it from anywhere. And that's where we really do extend our application into an enterprise application. And it is a true extension of VIGIL Client. Obviously, we can't provide absolutely everything, but when you open up the application, you present it with your cameras on the screen, the usual stuff that you would expect to find, and you can filter through your layouts and change those according to however you want to view the cameras. It's not just what you see is what you get. You can customize that, which is really nice. We can also then save those views down. And if we wanted to say access a singular camera, we just double click on that screen and we're straight into that singular camera view, which is again really nice, especially on the iPad. That's a big enough screen to be able to view these cameras really efficiently without being in front of your laptop, especially when we get into the point of sale element and the integration that we have. Yes, we've said this before, you can bring that text onto the screen, but we go much more beyond that. And in the mobile application, what's really nice is the ability to be able to search for point of sale exceptions. The really functional tool, and that isn't necessarily at everybody's fingertips to be able to search those point of sale exceptions. Beyond that, we can look at how we use the pinch to zoom function with the zoom view to really be able to, sat in that coffee shop or in that service station, be able to still have a real good eyes onto your sites, which is really useful. And then if we need to review footage, we can jump into the playback element of it, take snapshots, filter between high definition and standard definition. That coffee shop that we're having to review the footage from might be in a really bad cell reception area. So we might need to view that footage in standard definition. It's all really simple and easy to do. And really, guys, this is a fully functional application. We talked about smart search in the previous webinars, where you were able to draw a box around a specific area of the image and say, tell me every time something happened in that area. Well, if you look on the screen right now and you look at the binoculars, you'll be able to see that. You just click on that, draw the box, hit search, and away you go. And it cycles through every time there's been activity in that area. Say a car park, every time a car parked in that space, or every time a customer presented themselves at the till, it's all available there. The other nice things I like about this app is the ability to be able to review your alarms. So it's almost like an alarm management suite within an application. So you see your alarms come through, you can go through them, and you can essentially verify your alarms and take action if need be. We always talk about verified video being really important, and this really allows you to do that. So really nice. Another thing that we didn't touch upon on this video, and one other thing that I really like, is that ability to be able to fire relays through the app. So let's say we needed to let someone into a door, we can do that, and leaning on the integration with Paycom and PAC, and also the Infinius access control, which we may be releasing in the future from 3X Logic, it really makes it a valuable solution and a really enterprise level app to utilize. I'm not going to touch upon any more than that, guys. I really just wanted to give you a quick snapshot of that. And now, Aaron, was there anything else that you wanted to add there?
Yeah, and if we can, guys, let's do this. In fact, let's give them kind of a brief glimpse into the future. And in fact, guys, we've been kind of hiding this next slide for the last, 3 webinars. This next one that you guys are going to look at here, this is just going to be just a quick glimpse, or dare I say, a taste of what's coming down the pipe for all of us. As Alex mentioned, the Infinius product line. This is actually our EIDC 32 door controller. This is an independent door control module. It's proven in the industry. It's been out for years. We're potentially looking at perhaps releasing this into the UK as well. Just something else for you guys to look at with a proper integration to go along with PAC and Paycom. Our VIGIL Trends business platform is where we take all of that disparate data we talked about before, right? All of those millions of point of sale transactions, exceptions, time in queue, how many people are in a building, customer wait times, all of those bits and pieces. We actually assemble them into a nice, clean, easy to read web application. And that's another product that we are going to be releasing to you guys. And then also a glimpse into the future. And in fact, this last week, VIGIL Cloud has entered our beta phase, meaning this product is fully baked. It is ready to go. I've actually had it here at my house for a number of weeks, and it is just absolutely wonderful. What we're doing, guys, and I think you will all appreciate this, is adding another layer into our ecosystem. We've taken our camera line and added, obviously, SD cards so we can record internally. And then we also push that video directly up to the cloud based off of motion-based settings and allow customers to log into it. Not only can they go look at live as well as their playback, but it also has a very in-depth case management software. And like I said, this just went into beta this last week. Some dealers are starting to get their first taste of it, but that is the trend. That is another place that we're heading. Now, does that mean that our server-based unit will go away? Well, of course not. This, again, guys, another layer to our ecosystem, another one of those arrows in your quiver so that we can always fit into any application that may arise. But guys, that's it for my part of this. Obviously, we're going to go on. We're going to go in more in depth in future webinars. So get in contact with Alex, get in contact with myself, Jet, whoever, anybody on the 3X Logic team, and we're going to go through all of these kind of a one-on-one. We'd love to do it. Having said all that, guys, I'm going to hand this piece back over to Jet, and we're going to kind of go through some of the other tools and support pieces. But thanks, guys.
Thanks, Aaron, for that, and thanks, Alex, for the demo as well. That was great. So now we're going to look at the sales and marketing tools and the support that's available to the dealers and end users. So we have spec sheets available for all our products, and this can be found on our website, 3xlogic.com. In addition to this, our products come with quick start guides in the box, and this allows you to get started immediately. Now, the majority of manufacturers only provide spec sheets and technical documentation. However, as a 3X Logic dealer, you can expect a whole series of marketing support and sales tools, and this includes the frequent e-newsletters. And this way you can find out the latest and greatest from 3X Logic, read industry news from our thought leaders, and be invited to new product releases and product release webinars, trade shows, and more. We have playbooks and end user material, which can be used as a sales tool when you're interacting with your customers. And our case studies provide real-life examples, highlighting pain points and solutions available with 3X Logic. And again, this is a great sales tool, as it allows the end user to see it from their perspective. Our white papers and e-guides provide in-depth and interesting content from the 3X Logic experts. And please follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube at 3X Logic to find the latest from us. We also have our quick start guides, end user guides, and spec sheets that will be available in French and Spanish in addition to English. And we're also working on some key sales and marketing collateral in those languages too. So we have a VIGIL Solutions digital toolkit, and this is a one-stop location where you can find all the sales marketing information you'll need. This includes access to case studies, videos, key contacts, and more. You should have already received an email to download this toolkit. However, if you haven't, please email marketing_UK@3xlogic.com or contact your PAC or PACOM sales manager and we'll get this to you. As I mentioned, case studies provide a workflow of real-life examples on pain points and solutions offered to the integrator and end user. And all these case studies can be found on our website, 3xlogic.com. We have free VIGIL certification training. And now this is available for a limited time only. The offer ends 31st of December. As you're all aware, training is always of a huge value, and especially right now. And as this is free, I encourage you to enroll your teams onto it. And it's great for salespeople as well as technicians. And this course consists of 10 modules, which introduces our newest cameras and walks through the configuration with our VIGIL hardware and software. Alex and Erin, I know you've done this course yourself, haven't you? It'd be great to get a bit of your input on this.
Yeah, Jit, it's really valuable to be able to have something like this to even reflect on, you know, as we continue to expand our ecosystem, the ability to be able to remind ourselves of things within the VIGIL training course helps endlessly, purely because we have so much within our ecosystem that you can't remember everything. So even just having this option of this e-training that's free, you know, taking engineers off the road isn't easy. You know, that time is money. Whereas with this, if the guys have got downtime on a lunch hour, they can be running through this. And, you know, the value of training is substantial within this marketplace, purely because you need your guys and engineers to be efficient on site, but also be able to take part in the training in their own time. So yeah, it's really valuable to have this training. Erin, anything you would add there?
Yeah, and guys, you know, another piece of this too. Of course, I'm a bit more sales eccentric on my side. You know, more centered around the sales piece of it, and we found this to be extremely valuable, even for sales guys. You know, so that they understand how this implementation happens. And not only that, as you kind of go through some of these kind of bits and pieces, setting these things up, you know, oh, hey, I'm doing a motion grid, and oh, look at that, I can trigger a wave file, and I can play a sound when someone gets close to the building. Oh, I didn't know the system could even do that. You know, these kinds of discovery moments we hear over and over from the sales team that even go through this. So it's valuable for everybody to go through it. And it's not one of these, you know, it's not a pass or fail kind of a thing, right? I mean, obviously there are quizzes and tests for your installers and for your integrators, but go through it as a sales guy, click through it, learn some of these features. It is a really nice little walkthrough, and I think really does benefit the sales team as well. Yeah, thanks, Alex.
No problem. The other thing, just to add before I pass back to you, Jit, is, and this question came up in one of the previous webinars, is do you need equipment for this? And the answer is no. You'll see on the slide, there's a server lab. It's a virtual server. So you don't even need hands-on with the equipment, because we've created a platform where you can virtually, you know, use that server in a virtual format. So really valuable there. Back to you, Jit.
Thanks, guys. So you will have already received an email and free training with a link to our training center, the promo code. But you can see it on this screen as well. On the bottom left, it's got the web address there with the promo code 3XEMEA. If you've got any other queries around training, you can contact training@3xlogic.com for further inquiries. For this course, please note that the user must enroll by the 31st of December to access the free training. And once enrolled, they'll have 45 days to complete the training. I'll now hand over to Steve, who's going to discuss integrations, the certified program, and next steps.
Thanks, Jit, and good afternoon, everybody. Just to touch briefly on integrations with our PACOM and PAC platforms. So we have an integration into Unison. We're busy completing the into GMS. We're busy completing the driver into Unison now. We expect that in Q1 of 2021. So there'll be a full integration between 3xLogic and PACOM Unison in Q1 2021. And exactly the same applies to PAC into Access Central. I've seen the development of that. It looks really good and not too far away from being able to release that as well. So all positive and moving forward on the integrations. Next slide, please, Jay. Okay, so on to the Certified Dealer Program. I know we've touched on this on the previous webinars. So why are we doing it? Just to recap, so it's a network for our dealers to be able to really be engaged with us as a business so we can support all the way through. There are a large number of benefits that come with that. I think that's on the next slide, which we'll look in a little more detail. For PAC and Paycom customers, if you're already an existing customer, the spend that you have will be translated into a tier system. So you'll be applied on the tier system within the dealer program straight away, even though you haven't bought 3X Logic products yet. So you could end up being a gold or even a platinum partner with 3X Logic before you've even started. So all you'll need to do is make sure that you get that training complete and become certified, and then you'll be ready to go. We're launching from 1st of January, and your regional sales manager, your contact for sales, will be able to help get you set up on that program as soon as it's launched. Next slide, please, Sid. Okay, so just a quick jump into look at some of the benefits that come across there. You can see along the top we have 4 tiers: silver, gold, platinum, and titanium. And depending where you sit, depends on the level and extent of the benefits that you get. So you can see that in all categories there are training credits. So you will, against your points, you will see a number of credits that come in against training. And the further you move up through the tier structure, the greater the discount that you will receive against products. All tiers will benefit from equipment discount on demo equipment. And that's so that you're able to get out there and present as best as possible. And also we'll be providing exclusive dealer-only offers across the range. So that will go out again to all tiers. The digital assets, which Jit's already touched on, it'll be including things like you'll receive a dealer certificate, email signatures to say that you're certified, and that'll be for you and your teams within all of that. Branded workwear will be available, so you'll be able to get access to some 3X branded workwear for you and your team. Again, that can be potentially be co-branded as well. Discounted toolkits, so we're going to have some specific toolkits that we're going to put together from DeWalt that you'll be able to gain access to as well. Access to our product knowledge base, again across all tiers. Marketing materials, I'm going to cover shortly. And lead sharing. So lead sharing starts from gold onwards, and so it's not going to be available on silver. So our higher spending partners will benefit more from the lead sharing, and we hope it's an incentive for you to try and move through from silver to gold pretty quickly. There's also going to be a direct tech support hotline, so it'll take a priority in the queue, and that's going to be available across platinum and titanium dealers only. And we're also going to have a new advanced replacement policy, which will extend it, and you can see it extends it further by 6 months on platinum, up to a year on titanium. So the more that you move through those tiers, the more and more benefits that you'll come. We're launching in January, and I'm sure that over time these benefits will also get tweaked and added to as we grow up our base of dealers and our program. Thanks, Jess. Okay, so next steps. Our sales team are going to follow up with you. I'm sure they have probably already started doing that. They'll be looking for feedback on the webinar sessions. I'd just like to offer a personal thanks to Erin, Alex, and Jit for all of the hard work that they've put into this. And I think it's been a really great webinar series. I hope you feel the same, but no doubt we'll get your feedback through the sales teams moving forward. And of course, they'll be looking to agree next steps. I mean, we kind of see those naturally as, we'd really like to provide you with an in-depth demo and walkthrough. And again, the sales team can enlist the likes of Alex and Erin to help with that, because we want to make sure that you get all of the questions that you may have answered thoroughly and fully. Then we'll be looking to try and get you to become a certified dealer. Just another plug for that training. It's free until the 31st of December, and it's chargeable after that. So I would really encourage you to get on and get registered and get started on those training courses before the turn of the year. And of course, at that stage, we'll also be issuing with you price lists. And that's not just the end of it. You know, from there, it'll be ongoing sales support. So we want to work really closely with you. The more successful we can help you become, the more successful we'll become. So, you know, there'll be the whole thing through there where you're able to register products to get an additional discount to protect you for leading in with 3X Logic in the first instance. We'll provide you with assistance with any demonstrations that you may want, or talking it through with your end customer on design builds, quotations, whatever it is you need to be able to get those projects and those deals over the line. We absolutely want to support you with that. Next, please, Chip. Okay, so I'm now going to pass back to Alex, and he's going to go over a quick recap from the webinar. Thanks, Chip.
Thanks, Steve, and hi again, guys. So hopefully throughout not just this webinar, but the series of webinars, we've been able to show you, because we take the value much beyond just that basic CCTV, we're able to allow you to win more business, differentiate yourselves from the competitors. But because you're adding value far beyond just CCTV to your customers, we hope that it will also enable you to get a greater share of your customers' business. Not because the product is you know, the be all and end all. We like to think that, but purely because you start to become a trusted advisor to your customers, because we're taking the value way beyond just CCTV. So hopefully we've been able to show that to you over this series of webinars. And if we haven't, stick with us, come to the demonstrations, live demonstrations of the products, one-on-one or in group sessions, and we'll continue to show you where we see that we add value. Next slide for me, please, Jit. And look, guys, you know, this isn't a slide to tell you how big our business is or anything like that. This is really just here to show you how long we've been in business, and not from a gloating perspective, more from we're here to support you from around the globe perspective. We're here to help, and you know, our products have stood the test of time, so we really have removed all of those niggles in the early days of 3X Logic, right to where we are now, where we've got a fully fledged enterprise product available for you to buy in new marketplaces. You know, it's not a startup. It's very much years in the making. So we're here to help, and we've got around the world support to help you do that. Back to you, Jit, I believe.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. And as Alex has just said there, you know, we're here to support you, and we have an array of support available to suit our customers' needs. Now, our regional sales managers are available to answer any questions you may have. So for Pack and Paycom customers, please use your usual sales contact. We've also got the sales contacts that can be seen on the screen here, and as we mentioned, Alex as well. In addition to that, if you've got any queries, you can contact sales@3xlogic.com. You can contact customer services for placing orders and for general inquiries, and the number can be seen on the screen here. And our qualified tech support team is on hand for any technical inquiries, and this is helpdesk@3xlogic.com. Supporting our customers with training is of paramount importance to us, and as we've already discussed, the free VIGIL training is there for you to use. And if you've got any other inquiry for training, please contact training@3xlogic.com. Our website, 3xlogic.com, is packed full of information and content from our products and solutions, so please use these resources. They'll be designed for you to be used as a sales tool. And please join the 3X Logic family. Follow us on social media on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at 3X Logic. So where can you find all the tools? Well, we've got a document library, 3xlogic.com/resources. Now, this holds a database of user guides, spec sheets, how-to videos, tech tips, etc. So please have a look at this. In addition to this, we've got the sales and marketing collateral, as I mentioned, on the digital toolkit. You will have been sent an email to download that document. If you haven't done so, please contact us and we'll get this to you. And as I've already mentioned, our website is a great resource, and please take advantage of our free training. And as we've said throughout this whole webinar, you know, we're here to help you. So please contact us if you've got any queries. We've got Alex here on hand, and Erin's available as well, you know, to answer any kind of product sales related queries that you may have. They can run through product demos with you as well. And if you've missed any of the webinars, you'll be receiving an email that links you through to the previous one, so you can watch that. And that's on our YouTube channel as well, on 3X Logic. So finally, I'd like to thank the speakers today and thank you all who've attended.